The next question is from Mr. Teguh Wibowo, who is a Red Cross volunteer.
Thank you, Madam.
Welcome. Welcome.
Dear Supreme Master Ching Hai, we have been together with your association member doing some humanitarian mission at disaster area recently. We were very touched and admire the sincerity and enthusiasm of your disciple in helping those people, the victim of natural disaster. They are always enthusiastic and talk they eat only simple vegan food. Our question is, if we shift to vegan or vegan organic diet, will our good humanity side be developed more? Thank you.
Yeah, hello. Thank you for doing the good deeds with the Red Cross and helping your countrymen. God bless you. Allah bless you. Thank you for your kind words also about our association members. They're trying to be the best humans that we want to be. And I am glad that you are happy with the stamina and vitality of their vegan nutrition. I also appreciate very much your efforts and those of the Red Cross in offering comfort and aid to those in the most needed hour in Indonesia, and of course for the Red Cross around the world. In answer to your question about whether the organic vegan diet will help develop our good humanity side, yes, of course, it will. Meat poisons the body, first of all, and that leads to inevitable disease and heartaches for both the individual and their loved ones, and also because it makes us sick by poisoning our body. Our mind will also be clouded, so we cannot always think straight. We cannot always follow our instinct to be the best human that we want to be. So even from a purely physical perspective, foregoing animal products is a choice of goodness. Consciously turning to veganism for reasons of compassion means that the good humanity side is developed even more. And it's so easy. It's just expanding a little more what you are already doing. In your work for the Red Cross as a volunteer, you offer your free time, your physical aid to care for the people in times of disaster. You give them food and basic necessities with perhaps a kind word, a comforting gesture, and you see that they feel heartened and uplifted with hope to have a strength to continue in such a dire situation. If you were not there, if the Red Cross were not there, maybe they have lost their spirit of fighting. Maybe they would die also of sorrow and hopelessness. So you are saving lives by being there. Well, you just do a little bit more, saving animals' lives, and you'll be perfect. Well, the choice of vegan diet is like doing the same thing with the animals, you see? Same thing with human. You save human lives, give them love, give them help to continue to live. So now we're doing the same with animals. Just leave them, let them live. Only in this case, the so-called disaster site is what we can call the massacre site or mass murder site, where the animals are brutally killed en masse, usually in windowless places where we cannot see, so we don't know what's going on. We don't know how horrible the place inside. We don't know how they're treated. They're screaming, they're dragged alive, they are stabbed, they hang upside down. Every possible cruelty is inflicted upon them. If we don't eat animals' meat, these things will not happen. So we save their lives indirectly. Some animals are shocked electrically to supposedly stun them to no feeling, but this often fails. So they are still conscious while being suspended upside down from a hook, and their throats mercilessly slit, bleeding to death. Some are dragged screaming to their death, while others have been filmed or having their heads crushed by the boots of a human. Imagine, we are civilized people. Even if we do not directly partake in this killing, we are still responsible if we eat the meat, or dairy products, or even fishes for that matter. Even eggs are being bred very cruelly, very cruelly. Milk, eggs, they're all very cruelly bred. We cannot imagine what cruelty we human inflicts upon the innocent, harmless animal. Even just a little chicks like this, so puffy, so cute, so sweet. I have talked about that in other lectures, in other answers, so I will not want to elaborate further here to make pain in your heart. But we have all this information on the Supreme Master Television and www.suprememastertv.com if you care to look how human treated innocent, harmless, and helpless animals. Okay, even fish, since they are produced with the similar cruel practices as the meat, we should not consume fish. If we engage on any level in the unspeakably inhumane practices of the animal industry, we also carry the burden of the animal's murder. I'm sorry to say, indirectly. We carry the murders, the effect. Scientists find more and more that animals are just like us in feeling pain and even knowing when they are being taken to their massacre. To know for ourselves that this is true, we only need to see pictures showing the anguish of the animal as he or she is led to the final stop in his or her tragically short and horrible life. To deepen our compassion for these and other horrors endured by our endlessly forgiving, loving animal friends. Anyone can watch videos available from www.suprememastertv.com/stop-animal-cruelty. It's all free of charge, free of obligation, free of any string attached. Or you can watch them from organizations such as PETA and the likes, animal protection groups. The animals are not only like us in having intelligence, emotions, and intuition. They are our friends and helpers. So many blessings from heaven come through their very existence. Truly it's like that. Through meditation, through inner knowledge, I understood this, and I'm telling you the truth. We do not kill our benefactors or our friends. Making a vegan choice is thus a true advancement in the evolution and goodness of our humanity. And then we also know that like attracts like. Goodness attracts more goodness. As we share this compassionate truth with others, not only will our own humanity be further uplifted, so will the world's. Thank you very much for your sincere and caring question. May Allah bless you in your work and your life, and bless the Red Cross of the Indonesia.
Thank you, Supreme Master Ching Hai, for such a beautiful answer.
Some of the diseases related to meat consumption and/or production: rabies, anthrax, sleeping sickness, Q fever, norovirus, swine flu, Ebola Reston virus. Cured meats and fish increase leukemia risk in children. Antibiotic-resistant superbug infections from a strain of Staphylococcus aureus. Blue tongue disease, E. coli, Salmonella. Bird flu, mad cow disease or Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, 90% of the population at risk. Pig's disease or PMWS, listeriosis, shellfish poisoning, pre-eclampsia, Campylobacter, Clostridium difficile, diseases hidden in healthy appearing livestock. Some of the costs of meat eating. Infertility. Eating just one serving of meat per day increases the risk of women's infertility by 32%, with additional meat consumption increasing the risk. Heart disease. Over 17 million lives lost globally each year. Cost of cardiovascular disease is at least $1 trillion a year. Cancer. Increased childhood cancers and adult reproductive cancers from hormones in meat. Colon rectal cancer. Over 1 million new colon cancer patients diagnosed each year, more than 600,000 colon cancer-related mortalities annually. In the United States alone, colon cancer treatment costs about $6.5 billion. Millions of people are newly diagnosed with other meat-related cancers every year.
Diabetes. 246 million people are affected worldwide. An estimated $174 billion spent each year on treatment in just the United States. Obesity. Worldwide, 1.6 billion adults are overweight, with 400 million more who are obese. Costs $93 billion each year for medical expenses in the United States alone. At least 2.6 million people die annually from problems related to being overweight or obese. Environmental. Uses up to 70% of clean water. Pollutes most of the water bodies. Deforests the lungs of the earth. Uses up to 43% of the world's cereal. Uses up to 85% of the world's soy. Causes world hunger and wars. 80% cause of global warming. Plus more.
Some of the costs of milk consumption. Cowpox from milking cows. Bacterial microbes, pesticides and enzymes found in cheese derived from the inner stomach linings of other animals. Up to 80% of the calories in cheese are from pure fat. Breast, prostate and testicular cancer from hormones present in milk. Hysteria and Crohn's disease. Hormones and saturated fat leads to osteoporosis, obesity, diabetes and heart disease. Linked to higher incidences of multiple sclerosis. Classified as a major allergen. Lactose intolerance. Plus more.
For more urgent information, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/killers. For help quitting, please visit.
Next question comes from Mr. Hadianto. He is an Indonesian travel agent as well as a vegan.
Thank you.
Wow. Happy.
Dear Supreme Master Ching Hai, climate change brings new questions to the modern society. From economic development, the increasing standards of living to luxurious ways of living even for daily activity compared to the earlier ages. All these are now challenged once again by the catastrophic climate change that is believed to be caused by human activity. One phenomenon that is also very contributive to a GHG emission to the atmosphere is the rapid increase in global population. Also, as one of the consequences of increased living standard, the question is, how should we human beings develop? Is there or will there be a limit for this development? How should the society be built? Thank you, Master.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It is true that we must be careful of our way of life and try to be more frugal and protective of our precious resources. We should not lose ourselves in the material aspects of life without paying attention to our moral standards and spiritual development as well. This is important also, even more important than material development. Or else we will be in trouble sooner or later. We might even lose everything, including our material development, our lives, and our planet, like we are in the fact facing now. I'm glad to see that you walk the talk because you are a vegan. Thank you. Thank you. The animals, thank you. And you look so handsome and healthy. Can you stand up and let everybody look at you? Turn around. He really look handsome. Yes. Look at him, huh? Please don't be shy. You must save the animal at all costs. Now, if we, the human race, develop as a vegan society, and better yet, a spiritual vegan society, there will be no limit to our material development. Because then, sir, we will have the wisdom and the love to propel us on a balanced, straight course of the future, bright future for our planet, our children. If we have the spiritual eye, we will find that past civilizations, both on Earth and other planets, sometimes developed too quickly in the technological sense, but the spiritual development, their store of love was low or empty. And what we see the pattern is that no society can last long if they refuse to sustain the lives of their own members and fellow beings. I mean, include all the beings like animals and trees. Or if they destroy the environment they live in, then that society cannot live long. We can see that also in historical record. Just like the proverb that says, the frog does not drink up all the water in the pond in which he lives, because he needs the water. See? So we cannot destroy the environment and live in it as well. It is not the rapid increase in global population that is the problem, sir. It might contribute, but a little bit. We had enough to sustain everybody. More than that, we have enough food to feed the world thrice over. Right now even, if we don't feed all the food to the animals. Yes, you know that. The real problem is our meat consumption, the tendency of mass killing that we have made a part of our lives, and we look at it as a normal life. It is not normal. It's not normal that we cause suffering to others who has feeling and who shed red blood and call that a food or earn a living. We cannot earn a living or sustain a living by death. Meat consumption is the way of not just cruelty, but of waste on unimaginable, gross scale. To illustrate, let's compare a meat eater to a vegan. One meat eater requires 2 hectares, that's 4 acres of land, to support him. But that same 2 hectares or 4 acres of land could support the healthy lifestyle of 80 vegan. Compare that. Now, let's look at water. A meat eater uses up 15,000 liters of water per day because of the meat diet, which is 15 times as much water as a vegan would use. Because we use a lot of water to raise cattle and to wash them, to clean them, etc., and to water the crops that feed the animals as well. So we use a lot of water just for one piece of meat. Now, there is also a dramatic difference in terms of emissions from the diet. The meat-based diet's emissions is equivalent to driving a car 4,758 kilometers. That is 17 times the emissions for an organic vegan diet, which is equivalent to only 281 kilometers. In other words, an organic vegan diet produces 94% less emissions than a meat-based diet. 94% less emission, huh? So if we just choose a vegan diet, we will save the world in no time. 94% less pollution emission from a vegan diet compared to a meat diet, huh? Now, vegans also save immeasurable pollution costs, energy costs, resource costs, disease treatment costs, global warming costs, tax costs, plus the emotional costs related to the sorrow and suffering of the people. That is much more than money or anything we can imagine of. Now added together, the impact of a meat-eating population is just unimaginably huge and wrong. Whereas the impact of a vegan population always comes out to be a tiny fraction of the meat-eaters' terrible impact. So if we don't eliminate meat consumption, we could never reach even a low impact on the environment, no matter what else we do. We must stop the most inefficient, unsustainable, lives-destroying practice of murdering animals and stop it now. Stop it yesterday. The animal meat industry has to go, be it animals from the air, the land, or the sea. Can we imagine, huh? The animals, they just fly in the air. They don't even touch us. They don't do anything to us. We shoot them down. We trap them, drag them home, and eat. We call that food. The fish swimming in the sea, mind his own business. Do nothing harm to us ever. Don't even know us, don't even see us. We net them up, suffocate them, drag them to our table, and we call that food. That fish might have a lot of babies waiting for him. That bird might have a lot of babies waiting for her. And the land animals, they have not been so many. It's just we breed them, meaning inviting them to our planet. Now, if we invite somebody to our home, what do we call this person? A guest, no? Is that true? Yes. Okay. Now we invite these poor, innocent animals to our planet, and then we torture them all their miserable lives, confine them in a little cage that they could not even turn around all their life, including pregnant animals, including little baby animals. We invite them to our planet by breeding them, by inseminating, by using all kinds of techniques to invite them to our planet. Then we torture them, molesting them, suffocate them, and murder them en masse. What kind of hosts are we? What kind of hosts are we? Why do we invite them here and treat them thus? If somebody invited us to their home and treated us like that, imagine how we feel. Imagine if we are in the position of that confined pig or chained cows or suffocating chickens or ducks in overcrowded animal factory. Imagine it's us, then you understand what I'm talking about. We have to stop all this cruelty because we're civilized human people. We are civilized. We are educated. We are religious. We have been taught by all the gracious prophets since times immemorial to be a dignified human beings. So we have to stop all this mass murdering. the animals from air, from land, or from sea, from anywhere at all. That's the only way we can and should develop sustainably for our children and grandchildren and future generations. That's the only way we should develop. And after all, the vegan way of building society is the most befitting to the human standard of compassion. It is truly the way of most peaceful, paradise-like, children of God-like civilizations, because we save lives. Not only we save the animals, we save our lives, we save the lives of the world, of the people in the world. Then we are heroes. The planets that were saved from destruction, like Venus, were saved because their societies became vegan. I mean the one that are saved. That I mentioned, there are 4 Venuses, only 2 of them are saved because their societies became vegan. The other 2 Venus were destroyed. One is completely gone, one is boiling hot, uninhabitable, because they have not been vegan. The 2 Venus are saved because they have become vegan. Many planets that did not survive, like Mars, perished with meat still in their mouth, between their teeth. So it is up to us, sir. If we alone are vegan, we ourselves will change at least. And if there are enough of us, our society will change. You know how it changed your life. Yes, the vegan diet. We become smarter, more sensitive, more compassionate, more considerate to other people and environment and animals around us. We became a different person. And we are happy to become so different. Yes. If everyone in the society become vegan, we will develop in an incredible way as a whole planet in the universe. And that time, there will be no limit to our spiritual development and even our social, technological, material development once we turn to our compassionate, God-like nature. Everything else will naturally be built on this new foundation. And the correct foundation, the only foundation we should have, of loving kindness. And the society will develop itself and manage itself accordingly in peace, wisdom, compassion, and dignified coexistence among all living beings. Thank you, Mr. Haryanto.
Thank you.
Please advise your clients to do the same.
Thank you very much, Master, for your answer.
Some of the benefits of a vegetarian diet: lowers blood pressure, lowers cholesterol levels, reduces type 2 diabetes, prevents stroke conditions, reverses atherosclerosis, reduces heart disease risk 50%, reduces heart surgery risk 80%, prevents many forms of cancer, stronger immune system, increases life expectancy up to 15 years, higher IQ, saves 70% of the total cost of $40 trillion for reducing global warming, uses 4.5 times less land to grow food, conserves up to 70% clean water, saves 80% of the cleared Amazonian rainforest from animal grazing, a solution for world hunger. Free up 3.4 billion hectares of land, free up 760 million tons of grain every year, half the world's grain supply, consumes 1/3 fossil fuels of those used for meat production, reduces pollution from untreated animal waste, maintains cleaner air, saves 4.5 tons of emissions per U.S. household per year, stop 80% of global warming. Plus more.
Our next question is from Mr. Imade Sukadana, a property businessman.
Om Swastiastu, Master.
Halo.
Dalam sebuah tayangan di Supreme Master Television, saya pernah melihat Master mengatakan bahwa jika kita menjadi vegan, maka Dalam waktu beberapa minggu saja kita akan melihat hasilnya. Apakah Master berkenan menjelaskan bagaimana hal itu bisa terjadi? Terima kasih.
Yes. Mr. Sukadana? How are you?
Fine.
I'm glad that you are here. And I'm glad you asked a very good question. Yes. I didn't say a couple of weeks. I say like a few weeks, like 8 weeks. Yeah. Okay, 8 weeks, 2 months. Huh? Okay. It's nothing miraculous, Mr. Sukarana. Yeah. But you know, miracles do happen as well. Yeah. Now, we talk scientifically. As I have said before, if the world's people all become vegans, we will see a dramatic change in a short period of time. Couple of months, yes? Nature will rebound almost before our eyes, almost overnight. And we may see the oceans healthy again, the cyclones silenced, earthquakes calmed, forests regrowing, etc. These changes would be just the beginning signs of a real Eden on earth. Actually, there is the physical scientific reason as well as the spiritual karmic explanation for this. First, for the scientific reasons, is that without any more meat or dairy consumption, the livestock industry would shut down. Without the mad breeding of cows, pigs, sheep, chickens, and other animals, and fishing, and without the need to constantly grow crops to feed them, we would eliminate the biggest, most urgent problems for the environment. That is the methane and other gases that heat up our planet. The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization said that the livestock industry is the major cause of the most pressing world problems, namely global warming, land degradation, air and water pollution, and loss of biodiversity. Can you believe this? It's like that. For example, global warming, with no animal breeding industry, we immediately stop the number one cause of greenhouse gases emissions. Not just CO2, not just carbon dioxide, but also methane, nitrous oxide, black carbon from burning down the trees for the livestock, and also toxic gases like hydrogen sulfide. This kind of gas, even you just breathe once, you die immediately. If it's a strong enough concentration. Some of them are much more potent than CO2, like nitrous oxide. The livestock sector is the number one source of nitrous oxide emissions, and it is almost 300 times more heat trapping than the CO2 over a 100-year period. Now, methane and black carbon are what scientists call short-lived gases, meaning although they are very potent climate warmers, they dissipate and exit the atmosphere very quickly. And it's not just the global warming we are talking about. If we are vegan, we don't have to worry about avian flu, which was found in 22 out of 33 provinces in Indonesia alone. Yes? And has caused millions of poultry deaths and caused many human fatalities in Indonesia. More human deaths in your country than in any other country due to the deadly form of avian flu. If we are vegan, Indonesia's coral reefs, known as the Amazon of the seas, for its thousands of marine species, will be left in peace and beauty. And it will protect us. The coral reef is a protector of our lives, of the sea. Right now, it is endangered, the coral reef, due to overfishing, which includes a destructive form that uses gruesome methods like cyanic poisoning and blasting the fish with bombs and dynamites. My God. The World Resources Institute stated that these types of fishing only bring short-term profit and will cost the Indonesian economy more than $600 million in losses over 20 years. Moreover, around the world, countless enormous ocean dead zones will have a chance to return to life because the rivers and the lakes that were polluted by manure and toxic fertilizers for animal feed will be left alone to purify themselves and recover. Also, when we stop vacuuming all the poor fish out of the sea, they will have a chance to restore the balance in the oceans. We desperately need the fishes in the sea to balance the ocean. Otherwise, our lives will be in danger. God puts them there for a reason. By the way, at least 1/3 of all the world's fish caught and murdered today is fed to livestock, not to us human even. On land, millions of hectares will be spared livestock serious effects of soil erosion, deforestation, poisonous water pollution, and displacement of wildlife. If or turn to vegan. Scientists found that forests are resilient and can grow back if given a chance very fast. We have seen that evidence in some part of the world. The scientists also observed that when the ocean is healthy again, even the dead coral reefs will revive themselves. Imagine, nature is miraculous and, incredible. But in order to witness nature's recovery, we must not let our current way of life continue. We cannot continue this way, or else we will pass the point of no return, and then we will have runaway planetary crisis. And we might lose the whole planet, or the life on the planet. Another factor to consider is, the vegan solution is the fastest and the most effective because any other solution, such as sustainable technologies, will take too long to perfect and use. For example, in Indonesia, your precious forests are being cut down to grow palm oil to be used as biofuel energy. And we thought that will help to minimize CO2, no? We are wrong. It's a failure, causing more destruction and more greenhouse gases emissions than it saves. In fact, it's releasing the world's third largest amount of carbon emissions. Yeah, because of biofuel. In the wrong way. You see, the green technology is not always reliable. This is particularly very tragic because Indonesia has the world's third biggest rainforest, only behind the Amazon and Congo. Yet, your rainforest is being lost at an alarming rate of 1 football field per minute. Every minute, Indonesia lost 1 football field size of rainforest. God. And the United Nations says that 98% of the whole forest could be gone in just 15 years. Your forest. 15 years, sir. The year of your newborn child to grow up as a teenager. 98%, so why don't we just say 100% to be gone? What's the difference 2 more percent to make to us anymore? Actually, not all of this palm oil product is used as biofuel even. Part of the palm oil products goes to make livestock feed. Imagine everything goes to the animals. In the name of biofuel even, it will also go there to feed the livestock. Everything goes to the animals. Everything to the animal industry, and we don't have much. So we can see how many activities are linked to this destructive practice of animal raising. Yeah. Fortunately, we have the solution ready at hand. So, which is the organic vegan solution? It's so simple, so easy, we might overlook it. We might not believe it. But if we look into all the scientific and the physical evidence so far, we have to accept this organic vegan solution as the one and only to save our planet right now. Instead of spending more money on new technology, we even save money from having to buy meat and subsidize meat with our tax dollars. We simply cannot depend on green technology alone, sir. Now, there is also an invisible aspect to the reversal in the destruction. A compassionate person harms no one and therefore brings no harm upon himself. That is why in Buddhism they say that the moment we drop the butcher knife, then we are protected. Then we can become the Buddha, the saint. It's really like that. We hear real stories about hospital patients who had terminal sickness like cancer, turned vegetarian or vegan, and then the tumor disappeared. So operations were canceled and doctors were very astonished. So people turned to vegans and the terminal cancer situation is gone and operation canceled and doctors were very surprised. Because the vegan diet protects us inside out, starting immediately, so that all kinds of calamities will avoid us, stay away from us. And on a bigger scale, our planet will also be healed, just like an individual being healed by turning into a compassionate diet. Like attract like. The good, loving, compassionate energy will ward off the darkness that is looming toward us, that is next to us right now. We will, in short, have a paradise on earth. If you have ever wondered what that might be like, we may soon live to see the day when all beings will truly live by your nation's motto, that is unity in diversity, in oneness, understanding, caring, faith, and happiness. I invite everyone to share the hopeful vision that we will save the planet and will make it a heaven one. Thank you for your open-minded question, Mr. Sukadana. God bless you.
Thank you, Supreme Master Ching Hai. It is a great blessing for all of us here in Indonesia and for all humanity throughout the world. Thank you, Master. Terima kasih, Guru.
Thank you all of you. Thank you, Indonesia.
Vegetarianism in religion.
The Baha'i Faith. Regarding the eating of animal flesh and abstinence therefrom, know thou of a certainty that, in the beginning of creation, God determined the food of every living being, and to eat contrary to that determination is not approved. Selections from the Baha'i writings of some aspects of health and healing.
Buddhism. All meats eaten by living beings are of their own relatives. Lankavatara Sutra. Also, after the birth of the baby, care must be exercised not to kill any animal in order to feed the mother with meaty delicacies, and not to assemble many relatives to drink liquor or to eat meat, because at the difficult time of birth there are innumerable evil demons, monsters, and goblins who want to consume the smelly blood. By ignorantly and adversely resorting to the killing of animals for consumption, they bring down curses upon themselves, which are detrimental to both the mother and the baby. Ksitigarbha Sutra. Be careful during the days immediately after someone's death, not killing or destroying, or creating evil karma by worshipping or offering sacrifice to demons and deities, because such killing and slaughtering committed, or such worship performed, or such sacrifice offered, would not have even an iota of force to benefit the dead, but would entwine even more sinful karma into previous karma, making it even deeper and more serious. Thus, delay his rebirth to a good state. Karma means retribution. Ksitigarbha Sutra.
Cow Dai. The most important thing is to stop killing, because animals also have souls and understand like humans. If we kill and eat them, then we owe them a blood debt. Teachings of the Saints.
Christianity, meats for the belly, and the belly for meats, but God shall destroy both it and them. Holy Bible.
And while the flesh was yet between their teeth, ere it was chewed, the wrath of the Lord was kindled against the people, and the Lord smote the people with a very great plague. Holy Bible.
Confucianism. All men have a mind which cannot bear to see the sufferings of others. The superior man, having seen the animals alive, cannot bear to see them die. Having heard their dying cries, he cannot bear to eat their flesh. Mencius. Essenes.
I am come to end the sacrifices and feasts of blood, and if ye cease not offering and eating of flesh and blood, the wrath of God shall not cease from you. Gospel of the Holy 12.
Hinduism. Since you cannot bring killed animals back to life, you are responsible for killing them. Therefore, you are going to hell. There is no way for your deliverance. Adalila.
He who desires to augment his own flesh by eating the flesh of other creatures lives in misery in whatever species he may take his birth. Mahabharata anew.
Islam. Allah will not give mercy to anyone except those who give mercy to other creatures. Hadith.
Do not allow your stomachs to become graveyards of animals. Hadith.
Jainism. A true monk should not accept such food and drink as has been specially prepared for him involving the slaughter of living beings. Sutrakatanga.
Judaism. And whatsoever man there be of the house of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn among you, that eateth any manner of blood, I will even set my face against that soul that eateth blood, and will cut him off from among his people. Holy Bible. Blood meaning flesh.
Sikhism. Those mortals who consume marijuana, flesh, and wine, no matter what pilgrimages, fasts, and rituals they follow, they will all go to hell. Guru Granth Sahib.
Taoism. Do not go into the mountain to catch birds and nets, nor to the water to poison fishes and minnows. Do not butcher the ox that plows your field. Tract of the Quiet Way.
Tibetan Buddhism. The offering to the deities of meat obtained by killing animate beings is like offering a mother the flesh of her own child, and this is a grievous failure, the supreme path of discipleship.
Zoroastrianism. Those plants I, Ahura Mazda, or God, rain down upon the earth to bring food to the faithful and fodder to the beneficent cow. Avesta.
Everybody knows that vegetarian diet is good for health and to save the planet. They will be awakening their own great, compassionate, loving self-nature, and then their level of consciousness will rise up automatically, and they will understand more than they ever did, and they'll be closer to heaven than what they are right now.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, we have some good news to share with you and everyone.
That's good.
Supreme Master Ching Hai's international best-selling book, The Birds in My Life, Indonesian version, has just been officially launched to coincide with this seminar.
Oh, thank you. Very kind of you.
The book is about how diverse and beautiful our animal friends are. We're all very happy to have your book with Indonesian people here, and we hope the love in the book prevails all around, and people's loving mind could be awakened more.
Oh.
Congratulations, Supreme Master Ching Hai.
Congratulations, Master.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you so much.
And we also sincerely thank the publishing company, PT Gramedia, for the book launch and their efforts to be green and environment friendly.
Thank you. Good for the animals. Good for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you again, Supreme Master Ching Hai, for giving us the gift of your delightful book in Indonesian.
Hope you enjoy.
And now, through a series of performances of traditional dances gathered from the distant corner of Indonesia, a group of members of the Supreme Master Ching Hai International Association wish to convey their love to Indonesia and the world.
The dance is in celebration of Master's book launch in Indonesia and also to serve as one representation of the many beautiful cultural heritages that exist throughout the world that each of us can now make efforts to preserve through our life-saving actions. Let us welcome our dancers with a warm applause.
Sayang si patokaan matego tego gorokan sayang si patokaan matego tego gorokan sayang satu mangemo tanaman jauh mangemo milele plako sayang satu mangemo tanaman jauh mangemo milele plako
sayang si patokaan matego tego gorokan sayang si patokaan matego tego gorokan sayang
satu mangemo tanaman jauh mangemo milele plako sayang satu mangemo tanaman jauh mangemo milele plako sayang
Tok kecang main penbil kosong angin kacang safari kosong tok kecang main penbil kosong angin kacang safari kosong Tok kecang
Beautiful. Spectacular, spectacular. Wonderful. So beautiful. Thank you.
Truly great performance. It was amazing to see this marvelous performance. This medley was really beautiful. 7 dances from 7 regions around Indonesia, representing Indonesia's 33 provinces. What a beautiful and diverse country we live in.
And who performed them? Professional?
No, they're all from the association, Master.
Wow, I
Yeah.
thought so.
Very good.
Wow, I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you, Master.
You represent your country very well. Allah bless you. Allah bless you.
Thank you.
Wow, Indonesian people, so beautiful, so good looking as well. Yes, and the children were so cute and healthy, energetic, huh? Full of energy. And all vegan, huh? Good example, huh? Now, audience, you look at that. Don't you want your children to be like that? They're good example.
Vegetarian kids.
Yes. Vegan. Yes.
Yes, vegan.
Yes. In the beginning, I tell people it's okay to be vegetarians, slowly change to vegan, and now we are all vegan. All vegan. Very good. Beautiful. Thank you so much for this exciting, incredible, energetic performance.
Thank you, Master.
I love Indonesia even more after this. Wow, they are beautiful. Such a culture. So colorful. Beautiful. Yes, please, go ahead. I'm just still impressed. Go ahead, go ahead.
Thank you, Master. Supreme Master Ching Hai, before we close our seminar, would you like to have a closing speech for us?
Yes, I would like to thank the people. Yes, I would like to have more thanks to the people. Express my appreciation to all the caring presence and your devotion at this important meeting. I'm very honored to be invited and be among all the precious guests who have made this occasion special with your sincere, beautiful, enthusiastic presence and very supportive atmosphere. And this including Minister of the Environment, Mr. Rahmat Vitola. Thank you, sir. And also other dignitaries and engaged audience members. My appreciation also for the gracious and hardworking organizers and the beautiful dancers. We are indeed standing at a pivotal time in our history on the planet, with the choice still available to make mighty steps in the constructive direction of our evolution. I pray that this conference has spoken to your compassionate heart to change the world, to your vision of a bright new vegan future, a new compassionate world, and to your determination to help create this vision, a survived, thriving planet of peace, health, and happiness for all to enjoy. May heaven give us all the strength. May Allah bless us with courage and love and faith to strive until this dream comes true. Heaven bless you. Allah bless Indonesia. Sukses dan keberkahan untuk Anda semua.
Thank you, Master, very much.
Thank you, Supreme Master Ching Hai, for your precious time and your presence here with us today.
Thank you. God bless us all. Thank you.
Bye, Master. We love you.
So long for now. I love you more. God loves us.
Thank you. Through today's seminar, we have gained much valuable information. We have learned that the organic vegan lifestyle is the fastest and most effective and long-lasting solution for our planet. It is the solution that will halt climate change and even bring improvements to our one and home planet. Our beautiful Earth will become better because of the loving energy that we generate through living the compassionate, meat-free lifestyle.
The plant-based diet stops the killing cycle and reduces our carbon footprint considerably. Planting trees, adopting green technologies, and using sustainably energy helps too. But as we have seen, these approaches take a longer time, and time is a luxury that we do not have. This brings our seminar to a close. We sincerely hope that you have found it to be interesting and, of course, informative.
The solution that has been presented is one that will simply recover what we have lost and transform this world into the paradise that we so much desire it to be. We really appreciate your kind attention and thank you for coming. Let us hope God Almighty blesses our effort in saving this beautiful planet. Thank you once again. Be vegan, go green, save the planet. Shall we say it together?
Can we say it together and out loud? 1, 2, 3. Be vegan,
go green,
save the planet. Boleh kita ulang sekali lagi ya? Sama-sama semuanya. Be vegan,
go green,
save the planet.
Together we can save the planet.
Good night. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you and bye-bye.
And bye-bye.
Makanan vegetarian ternyata sangat enak sekali ya. Ya, kita belajar tanpa menggunakan daging lah, seperti yang tadi di seminarin bilang. Kita harus bisa terbiasa dengan makanan vegetarian karena untuk mengurangi gas metana yang ada di udara. Itu juga ternyata ada manfaat yang sangat penting juga bagi kita semua, yaitu mengurangi pemanasan global. Kesan saya sangat-sangat luar biasa sekali, wanita yang sangat luar biasa yang pernah saya lihat. Dia merupakan wanita yang berupaya untuk bagaimana memikirkan dunia yang seharusnya sekarang terjadi banyak pemanasan global, pemanasan banyak terjadi di mana-mana, kekeringan hingga menyebabkan gletser air bergeser. Ternyata cukup sangat bagus sekali untuk menghindari semua itu. Jadi membentuk sebuah seperti organisasi vegan untuk mengurangi gas metana yang ada di udara itu sangat-sangat luar biasa sekali.
Bagaimana pendapat Tasya tentang seminar yang baru saja diadakan ini tadi?
Menurut aku bagus banget ya. Ini juga dikaitkan dengan global warming bahwa vegetarian bisa mengurangi dampak global warming karena vegetarian yang nggak memakan daging dari hewan, maka akan semakin banyak orang yang vegetarian, maka peternakan hewan yang merupakan penyumbang kontribusi yang besar juga untuk global warming karena limbahnya mungkin bisa berkurang juga. Jadinya selain hidup sehat, lingkungan juga bisa terjaga dengan vegetarian. Oh, she is a wonderful person, and she is so humble, and she is so kind. She always try to help people and to help the environment to get better and better.
Ini seminar yang sangat baik, yang menurut saya patut
digalakan dan sesering mungkin gitu untuk menyadarkan seluruh masyarakat yang ada di dunia tentang pentingnya untuk menjaga dan memelihara tempat tinggal kita gitu. Jangan cuma kita memakai aja, tapi kita juga harus bisa tahu gimana cara kita memeliharanya, nggak cuma untuk generasi kita, tapi untuk generasi penerus-penerus kita gitu. Pendapat saya ya sangat baik sekali karena beliau bisa menyampaikan pesan dengan baik kepada seluruh masyarakat yang ada di bumi ini untuk please be aware dengan sesuatu yang udah terjadi dan tolong jaga dan rawat bumi ini. Be veg, go green, and save the planet.
The Supreme Master brought us the lightning, the sign of intelligence and intellectual. Beliau memberikan kita penjelasan cara-cara praktisi untuk hidup di dalam suasana alam berperi kemanusiaan. Be flag, go green and save the planet. Santi, santi, santi.
Menurut saya menjadi vegetarian adalah hal yang baik karena kita bisa mengurangi efek-efek metana yang terjadi di dunia ini yang mengakibatkan banyak perubahan iklim ataupun cause global warming.
Apakah rencana Anda untuk mengubah pola makan Anda setelah melihat seminar ini menjadi vegetarian atau vegan organic?
Saya akan berniat melakukan seperti itu karena emang dari sebelum-sebelumnya saya melihat emang hasilnya sangat oke banget. Saya akan mencoba, tapi emang karena jika lahir kita sudah diajarkan untuk makan daging akan juga susah untuk mengubah kebiasaan itu. Tapi kalau kita mencoba, tidak ada hal yang tidak bisa. Saya Adeline dari Sahabat Alam. Be veg, go green, save the planet.
Yang pertama mengharukan sekali karena dia begitu menghayati ya, tapi kayaknya berjuangnya terus gitu. Dari seminar ini kayaknya lagi deh diadakan lagi itu di mana-mana gitu, melindungi alam, membantu alam, mengembalikan kualitas alam seperti semula. Gitu.
Oke, kita tahu ya bahwa global warming issue itu udah parah banget. It's time for us to start something new gitu yang mudah-mudahan lewat dari sini bisa lebih cepat lagi untuk nanggulangi global warming issue. Saya Vijay Surya dari MTV Insomnia.
Saya Vijay dari MTV Insomnia Indonesia. Please be fake, go green, and save the planet.
I'm very inspired by what Master Ching Hai said. Her way to motivate people to be a vegan by helping the planet and then reducing the greenhouse emission gas and all the bad methane effect to our planet. Simply turning ourselves to be a vegan is really inspiring and really motivating to be a vegan, yeah. If that very noble intention can help do something to save this planet, and why not? And I'm going to willingly do that and help that. Hello, Supreme Master Ching Hai. I'm very honored to listen to your seminar, and I wish I have a chance to one day really actually meet you face to face, because there's a lot of things I want to ask and discuss with you. Thank you so much.